Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. Now, if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. This is the show where you guys send in your messiest, toxic, most out-of-pocket predicaments, and I attempt to break them down, giving my honest and unbiased feedback. Now, listen, I'm a comedian, not a therapist, so ain't no guarantee I'll be able to help fix your life, but I can provide laughter along the way and call it like I see it. So without any further ado, let's jump into the episode. My fiance said if I plan on being her husband, I better be able to afford to provide her with a soft life. Bro, this is more so me venting than asking for advice because my decision is already made. This is Advice with Mike, not vent the Mike, but I'm gonna let you slide this time. Hey yo, pause. But check it out and tell me if I'm wrong. So me and my woman have been together for almost 3 years and all was well. We lived in a small suburb outside of Indianapolis and had a regular normal life. Translation, we lived in the middle of nowhere. My job offered me a promotion that had a sizable jump in income. Alexa, play the Jeffersons theme song, Moving On Up. But it also required me to relocate to Houston. I talked to my girl about it and she was excited to make the move. So at our going away party, I proposed to her and we got engaged. Once we got to Houston, she got a taste of life in a big city and started acting different. Way bigger fish in that pond. She about to be sitting sideways in somebody's slab. Stay alert, stay alive. Asking me to take her to the Gucci store and things like that. She never owned anything Gucci in her life. I would have took her to a Gucci Man concert and called it a day. And now all of a sudden she wants it because she sees all the other women wearing it. Hive mentality. All she ever saw in that podunk town y'all came from was BB and BCBG. Now she wants Balenciaga, she's bugging. After about 5 months, she quit her job. Nah, that's nasty work and I'm definitely not here for it. It says since we're getting married that she feels like it's my job to provide her the soft life she deserves. Like this video if you think she's delusional as shit. And she wants to be a stay-at-home wife. Not a stay-at-home mom, but wife. She would have been staying home with her mom. I said, yeah, that's not happening. I called off the wedding and told her she had to leave. Draw 4, reverse, skip you, draw 2, uno out. She tried to make me feel like less of a man and guilt me into doing what she wanted, but I don't give a shit. Alexa, play If You Think You're Lonely Now by Bobby Womack. She's gone and honestly, I'm much more happier now. Sure, I miss the old her, but not that new version. You think I was wrong, bro? I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. You're 100% nothing like the other dudes to be writing into this show. Because normally, they'd have been in that situation and be like, well, what should I do? She's asking for this. Do I do it? Is that my job? You was like, nah, beat it, shorty. You're up out of there. You come from a little outskirt podunk country town in the suburbs of Indianapolis, and now you get to H-Town and you think you about to be sitting in Gucci and Louis and all that? Nah, red flags written all over you, bounce. The only thing that I think that you did wrong was maybe you did this and didn't say it in a letter. You gave 0 warning. She was like, yo, I want the Gucci. I want to be a stay-at-home wife. He was like, nah, get out. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could have been like, yo, I'm not doing that. If that's what you want, then you can leave. And maybe that's what you did. Maybe you just didn't write it in a letter like that. But now I'm 100% with you. I'm telling you right now, when a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Because you think she was going to get better. She came from a town where she never seen any of that stuff. The people she hung around, places she went, venues she frequented, all that. That stuff wasn't in, you know what I'm saying, in the atmosphere. So she can only want what she wants, and what she wants is what she sees. She got down in Houston. Y'all got the Galleria Mall down there. Shout out H-Town. A lot of my boys that I served in the Army was down there. I love Houston, you know what I'm saying? But nah, that's crazy because she got there and now she sees a taste of a different life. She had a job back home with you. Y'all was cool. Y'all doing y'all thing together. I don't know what the bill situation was. You know what I'm saying? Seemed like she might have been paying like utilities and stuff. And you got the bulk of it. I don't know what y'all situation is, but it was working out fine. Y'all was together almost 3 years. Then you proposed to her and now she like, oh, I require X, Y, and Z. What I think happened, bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I mean, again, you didn't ask for my advice, but I'm gonna just chime in and give you some little perspective on what I think. What I think is that it wasn't her just going to Houston and seeing other chicks with the Gucci on or maybe driving a Rover around like, oh, I need to have that kind of life. Maybe they at the mall at, 3 o'clock on a Tuesday. Like, you ain't got to work now. My husband take care of the bills. Oh, she got around other women who got high caliber men. And now all she's doing is trying to assimilate to that. Like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. I'm not settling for less. Again, women lead women astray all the time. I'm not even saying it was intentionally. But basically, their behavior, their lifestyle rubbed off on her. Now she expects that kind of lifestyle from you, and you got a regular job. She probably knows you got like a boost in income because of the promotion. Congratulations, by the way. But she might not even know the extent of it. I don't know how in depth y'all discuss the finances or whatever, but she heard raise, Houston. Now she thinks she's supposed to live that life. She probably was okay living that life in Indianapolis because everyone she hung around had the same experiences. Imagine this, bro. Imagine you live in a city. All your boys go out for wing night. Y'all having drinks, wings, or whatever. Y'all getting the regular Corona, you know what I'm saying? Blue Moon, whatever, couple wings. Y'all talking sports. Oh, yeah, my girl's doing this. Oh, we trying to save up a couple dollars and, you know what I mean? Maybe we can take a trip to Florida this year and all that. And that's the conversations. Y'all all talking about the same things, fantasy football, whatever y'all do, y'all all having similar conversations. You feel cool. You feel a part of. You feel like you fit in. You're part of that group. Then let's just say you get a promotion or whatever, you move somewhere else. Now you move to Houston. Now you starting to meet new friends or whatever, and they like, oh man, we playing 18 tomorrow at 10. You want to come? You're like, I got work, bro. I can't go play golf at 10 o'clock in the morning. Ah, okay. Yeah, well, something changed, let us know. Hey man, we gonna we planning a trip next month. We want to go to Dubai or whatever. Maybe Abu Dhabi. We still, going back and forth, but nonetheless, we going next month. You in? Like, I can't afford to do what? Now your mind start being like, either I do something differently to be able to fit in with this group, or I keep going to work every day miserable because I don't fit in with them and I know that this is my life. She's pretty much doing that and using you as the means to fit in with the girls. That's probably what's happening. Because I've been around dudes that had a lot more money than me and I see the things they do, the way they live, and I was like, oh, I need to have that. So I figured out a way to put myself in a position where I don't have to wake up every day and punch a clock to live the life I want. You know what I'm saying? Now, by any means, I'm not nowhere near where I want to be. So let's not get that mistaken. But I am much more happier than when I had to punch a clock. For her, now she's becoming more miserable and now she's more entitled because the people that she's hanging with are having the life or they're living the life she wants. So yeah, you did the right thing because that wasn't going to change. If she'd have went down there and be like, babe, we need to save more money. We need to do this. Let's invest. Then you'd have been like, yeah, I got a winner. But you dodged the bullet, man. So I salute you for making that, putting your foot down and standing on business. And I hope you find a person down there in Houston that'll build with you. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what your joint look like. Matter of fact, what's her Instagram? Nah, it's for the market research. But Houston got some joints. I'm sure you'll secure one sooner or later. Stay alert, stay alive. I assumed we were in a relationship, but I guess I assumed wrong. So Mike, apparently I've been in a relationship by myself. Nah, open up the state hospitals again. We got a nutcase on our hands. In my head, we were together. I mean, we talk every single day, sleep together, spend time together on the weekends, and go out in public like a couple. That sounds like a couple to me. I'm pretty much playing the role of his girlfriend. I just assumed that meant something. You know what they say about assuming, right? Assuming only makes an ass out of you and just you, apparently. Turns out, I never actually said the words, are we exclusive? So according to him, that's on me. When I finally confronted him about why he still treats me like an option, he looked me dead in the face and said, because you are. Yeah, just go ahead and log off, love. That's the nastiest of nasty work I didn't seen in a long time. You never asked for a relationship, so I was just enjoying the moment and going with the flow. Translation, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. No apology, no emotions. He says, we're cool, and he likes what we have. Like this video if you think he's full of shit, but clearly not enough to claim me. Now I'm sitting here wondering if I got played or if I played myself by filling in blanks that were never promised in the first place. All right, so here's a good analogy, right? You ever see a woman who gets approached in a disrespectful manner or touched inappropriately or something along those lines because of the way she's dressed? She got something scantily clad on, something like that, revealing, just real trashy outfit. And the dude either says something or does something to her sexually that is unwarranted. And she says, oh, you think just because I'm dressed like this, you could talk to me that way? Or just because I look like a hoe, you could treat me like one? No, just because I'm wearing this don't mean I'm easy, right? Well, he basically was like, oh, just because I hold your hand, I kiss you in the mouth, I do it to you without a condom on, we spend weekends together, don't mean I'm your boyfriend. See how crazy that sounds? Again, he's 100% right. You're not his girlfriend. Just like y'all be right by saying, okay, no one should be able to do this or say this to me just because of the way I'm dressed. Technically, yes, those are the right things. But if you ask anybody with a half a brain, they will say, that's your girlfriend, dog. Or, yo, look at how you're dressed. You getting the attention you wanted. But y'all don't like to hear it like that. And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So do I think that he's right? No, technically he is. But with someone who has common sense will say, come on, bro, you leading her on. You making her believe you doing all this boyfriend stuff, betraying her boyfriend? Oh, I never said that. That's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So you're not wrong for feeling a type of way about that because he did all the things that a boyfriend would do. A fiance, a husband, whatever. So you thinking, oh, we together. Now, we ain't not in middle school or high school no more. We're like, will you go with me? Send him a letter. Yes, no, maybe. It ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? We vibing. Everything's going. We grown. Yeah, that's me. I don't even remember the last time I asked a girl, like, will you be my girlfriend? It usually comes out something along the lines of like, oh, how you doing? Yo, Kev, this is my girl, my girlfriend, Lisa. Lisa, that's my boy, Kev. Yeah, this wifey. I'm announcing it. Then she look at me with the, like, oh, we together? Yay! You know what I'm saying? Bopping her shoulders because she feeling it now, but I've always made it be known. But I never asked the woman to be with me. I'd be like, yo, you my girl now. Because as men, we lead. And he didn't do that, but you're probably used to being like, okay, well, this looks like a relationship, feels like a relationship, sounds like a relationship. Guess what? Not a relationship. Could have fooled me. That's the same way men kind of feel about women when they dress provocatively and all that stuff. Not saying it gives them right to do anything or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm just telling you is food for thought. Look at the perspective. Look how we're viewing it the same way you viewed that as a relationship. You see how it's easy to get confused? The only difference is one might be like SA, which you can't do, and the other is just a misunderstanding. But the analogy still stands. It's something being presented one way and make you think that it's that, and then it's actually not. So it's best to get clarity. So a guy come up to you and be like, damn, looks like a hoe. Hey, by any chance, do you sell the box? No, oh, okay, my bad. I read it wrong. Have a good night. You know what I'm saying? So, no, in your situation, you're not overreacting. You can feel that way, but don't continue to deal with a person if you're not getting out of it what you want. So if he's telling you right now, no, I'm just going with the flow, then you need to remove yourself from that situation because all you're doing is hurting yourself and catching feelings even stronger for someone that's telling you that they don't want to be with you. So you need to cut that off, and then you need to go find someone who says, yo, I want to be with you. I see a future with you. I like you like this. I want to do stuff with you. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to spend my weekends with you. I want you to be mine. Then you start building with someone like that. So that's my advice to you. I would leave that situation. You're not overreacting, but I explained how this misunderstanding could come to fruition or whatever. So that's my advice. Stay alert, stay alive. I refuse to let my husband's kids come live with us, and now I look like the bad guy. So my husband has adult kids from his first marriage. When he and his ex divorced years ago, she got awarded the house so she could raise the kids there. Now, women hate that 50-50 talk until it's time for divorce, then they'll gladly accept half. Fast forward to now, the kids are grown and their mom recently passed away. And apparently she was so far behind on a mortgage that the house got foreclosed on. My condolences, but losing a house you couldn't afford to keep up with the Joneses, super nasty work. Should have let Pops keep the crib. Now all of a sudden, these grown adults think they're entitled to move into my house just because I'm married to their father. Like this video if you think them kids are full of shit. When I met him, he had nothing because of that divorce and he was trying to start over and rebuild. Okay, Tim the Toolman Taylor, you decided to take on a renovation project. So let me be clear. I own this house long before I met him. My name is on everything. I work for this. Technically, when y'all got married, that became y'all house. But that's not here nor there. But now I'm being made out to be the bad guy because I refused to open my doors to a bunch of adults who made zero plans for their own lives. They're calling me selfish, heartless, and not very family oriented. I would have been like, y'all better go to an orientation for a job. But I don't see how their bad luck or poor planning suddenly becomes my responsibility. Am I wrong for standing my ground, or are they just wildly entitled? All right, so boom, let me get this straight. You meet homie cause he's just going through a divorce. Wifey then took him to the woodshed, got the crib, all that. He broke now. He's trying to rebuild, start all over. You meet him, you already on your P's and Q's. You got the crib, everything lit for you, right? But you like him. You like, I'm willing to give him a shot. He seemed like he got potential. He's just going through this because of the divorce. Bet. Y'all link, fall in love, everything's lit. Y'all get married, but you probably already got the official crib, so y'all ain't about to go and get a new crib. He probably still working on the credit. So the APR might be bananas on a new joint. So you're like, yo, you just move with me. We're husband and wife now. This is our house. You like, bet. His kids is already grown at this point. So this is not even a consideration. He moves in, y'all living y'all life, boom. The ex passed away, God rest her soul, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happened, she passes away. But then they figure out when this is all going down, kids is trying to like get the crib transferred to their name. They're like, nah, we taking this. Shorty owe wild back taxes. The mortgage is all types of crazy. Nah, we taking this. We auctioning it off. They're like, damn, we ain't got nowhere to go. Dad, we need to come live with you. Dad, like, no. Wifey, like, time out. Y'all not coming to live here. Y'all are grown. I don't know how grown they are, but y'all are grown. Find your own place. So, based on the tone of the letter and its circumstances, I'm willing to say that these kids are at least 25 or older. I don't think she would be saying this about someone who's like 20 or 21, 18. She was like, they plan poorly, they're grown kids. Like, I don't think she would be saying that about somebody in that age range. So I'm thinking that they like maybe 25 or older, you know what I'm saying? Which means she might be in her late 40s, early 50s or something. She's not tolerating none of that. She's an empty nester. She's like, you're not coming to live here. You're grown. Figure it out. I'm not even mad at that. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Because here's the thing, based on what I said, she's making it seem like they're entitled. Like, yo, we coming to live there. Not, hey, ma'am, nice to meet you. Is it possible? You know what I mean? Dad, can you ask your wife if it's cool? We don't got nowhere to stay. Like, they didn't take that approach. So the fact that you're telling me that they're talking crazy like that, like, oh, we coming there, is, nah, you're not coming here now. You definitely not coming here. Any adults? Nah. I don't know if you guys are black, white, what ethnicity you are, I don't know, but I know for us black people in our community, a lot of times we tend to be like, you 18, you getting out of my house, and push our kids out into the wolves. Now, my kid's not even that old yet, so I'm not a part of that grouping, but I understand that is a learned behavior from their parents and just probably a generations of oppression and different things made black people believe that was the right thing to do. Push your kids out into the street before they're even ready to survive. Now, I moved out when I was 18 because I went to the military. I got different circumstances, but I understand that my kid doesn't have to go through that if she don't want to. But these kids weren't living with y'all and you just pushed them out when they turned 18. These ain't even your kids. I don't even know if you have kids. But these are his kids who already well into adulthood, just trying to freeload on you. You're like, nah. And the way they went about it, nah. You're not the bad guy. You're not the bad person, nothing. And the fact that your husband is not dealing with this lets me know that he's probably looking for you to like bend or break and give in and let them stay there so he don't got to be the one to tell them no. Because if that's me and I come to my wife first, like, hey, this happened, what you think about it? Nah, they can't come here. Bet, cool, hey, we ain't got no room for you. I know as a father that's kind of hard, but you are with your wife now and them kids are grown. Like, they have to figure that out on their own. Like, so you did the right thing, especially the way they came at it. I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody don't like it, tell them kiss your ass. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, play this last part of the video for them so they know what it is. Stay alert, stay alive. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of Advice with Mike. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy. I hope you guys enjoyed me as much as I enjoyed you. And if so, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Matter of fact, leave me a comment, let me know what advice you would have gave them. And who knows, maybe you got your own toxic tale to tell about a shady friend or an entanglement you need help untangling. If so, feel free to drop me a letter at the email provided below, and I'll make sure to read it in the future segment of Advice with Mike. Now, with that being said, our time together has come to an end. But just remember, stay alert, stay alive.